and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with the first Mental Health Monday of our new year, 2020. I'm super excited to finally be back after my long hiatus and long Christmas break. I hope everyone's holiday break was well, and I hope you are enjoying your new year. If you're like me, I'm a college student at Georgia Tech, and this was my first Monday back. I'm sure many of you guys that live in Georgia, live in the South, you guys started school today, it's syllabus week, or you're starting school sometime soon. Now it's time to get back on our school schedule, and so today's video is going to be about how should I best prepare for this new year when it comes to school. It's so important to take care of yourself in the many areas of your life so that as an individual, you're good, and when you're good, everything else follows, and that definitely includes school. So, how can I prepare for this new year? I want to go through 3 different topics: how we prepare best physically, mentally, and emotionally. First things first, many of you probably have your schedule together, but as you know, during syllabus week, it is also the add or drop period, making sure that you're in the right classes, figuring out what's best for you, etc., etc. So my first step would just be to make sure your schedule is correct. I advise you go to your advisor or even a mentor or someone that's older than you within your major or your area of study so that you know you're getting your classes on time in preparation for whenever you graduate. The second thing I want to recommend, not even recommend, I'm telling you to do this, you have to have a planner. A planner somewhere, somehow, in some form or fashion. It will 1000% help you to manage your time well and to just keep everything under wraps. I personally have a physical planner. I also have a calendar on my wall and kind of to-do list through my phone. So I'll go down to more details. So I think it's very important to have a physical planner. This is my 2019 planner, so I'm going to show it because it's a lot more filled in. So you can see my letters rubbed off, but those are my initials. I absolutely love this planner. It's from Office Depot. So it's really nice. It has a yearly overview. And then, you know, the whole, like, your addresses, emergency contacts, etc. Dates to remember. Monthly goals, which is nice. Actually, I just didn't use this because I have my own goals, like, in my journal. But as you can see, so, like, before I had my other calendar, I used this. So every month I could see holistically when I had quizzes, tests, or assignments that were due. Shout out to any Zetas watching this. It's our founding day. I also like that outside of showing just the months or the days within the full month, you also got all of this space for each week. And so actually every single Sunday I sit down and I write down everything that I have due for this entire week. I even write down my study time, which is very helpful, and it keeps me really, really focused and tight to schedule. I just love to cross things off of my list, as you can see, so it's very helpful in ensuring that I get stuff done. So I really advise that people get a physical planner so you're able to just be able to write things out, and especially get one that has space to have everything out like this. But yes. So having your planner is really good. I also like to use this app on my phone called Things. I got it from a friend, which is really cool. It costs about $10, but it's definitely helped me to maintain my time. And I use this more of a day-to-day to-do list. You're able to put in like assignments, anything you need to do. So whether that's like, okay, I have lunch or a meeting with someone, I also put in any assignments that are due or project due dates, things like that. And that helps me to maintain my time during the week. Next thing I recommend is having your, like a Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, whatever calendar you have on your device, and inputting your class time, location, office hours of every single professor, the times that their office hours are open, and then any exam dates, and then big assignment or like big project dates. I find that this helps me when I'm on the go. I could be out, I'm in class, whatever, and maybe someone is asking me if I have time to do something. I'm able to quickly look at my phone and say, okay, actually no, I have an exam this day. Or in the morning as well, when I put in my class locations, it automatically tells me when I should be leaving my apartment so I'm not late to make it to class. So I find that really helpful to maintain my time
this is all about time management and to just get to where I need to be on time. The last thing that I actually use, and this is just a personal preference, some people don't need it since they already have a planner or they have things that they use on their phone, but I use an actual, like a physical whiteboard calendar that I have over here that I'll show you guys right now.
Okay, so I recently got this calendar and it's on my apartment wall, and it's a whiteboard eraser. I simply use this just because I like to have something that I visually see when I get up in the morning. January is pretty like empty because I just started school and we won't have any tests or things until after January, but I like to use this. I usually color code things based off of classes, so I have like quizzes in purple, tests in pink, but yeah, it's really useful for me. I know a lot of people, like my friend Marintia, she has her own YouTube page, check her out. She prints out actually paper calendars of every single month and she has it plastered on her entire wall so she can see the entire semester all in one. That's really helpful too. I know people like to see how many tests they're gonna have in, you know, 1 month, but look at it all together. So it's really just up to your preference.
Okay, so now I'm going to move on to how can I physically prepare for the semester. I talk about this a lot in my previous mental health videos, so now I'll just go into like a quick overview. I'm gonna focus on your diet, exercise, and then your sleep. So first off with diet, when I use this word, a lot of people might think that it means like, oh, I'm restricting myself or taking something out of what I eat normally, but diet is really just what you eat on a day-to-day basis. And so what's important is putting your health first and eating the right foods at the right times. So for me, I'm not losing weight, I'm not trying to gain weight, I just eat healthy so I feel good physically. You have your 3 meals of the day: breakfast, which is the #1 important meal of the day, also my favorite meal, lunch and dinner. And then I have snacks in between my 3 meals just so that I don't get hungry. Sometimes I get hungry or I stress eat, but if I have those snacks, then it kind of keeps me balanced throughout the day, keeps my metabolism balanced. And another thing that I do, and I think everyone should do, is just to avoid eating, or to try avoid eating fried foods as well as like candy. So avoid eating them regularly on a daily basis. Of course you can't cut those things out of your diet, like we're all addicted to that. I love Chick-fil-A, I love candy, I love American Deli every now and then, but it's not good to have those things in your diet on a regular basis. It can really slow you down physically as well as mentally, and therefore impact your school performance. And so another tip, my last tip on your diet, is to meal prep. Being at Georgia Tech, as well as any university, any school, whatever, and wherever you are, it is so important to meal prep because everyone's busy. We all say we're busy, we don't have time to eat, we don't have time to eat healthy, so that's why we go get fast food or we snack all the time. We stress, we forget to eat because we're stressed. All of these factors really play into us eating, so a really big answer to that is meal prepping. A lot of people like to say that, oh, I don't have time to meal prep, but you honestly do. Like, I promise you, I was one of the most busiest people on the planet in the past few years, and when I started meal prepping, it helped so much, because if you just take one day out of your week, it doesn't have to be a full day, it would be maybe 1 to 3 hours of cooking, and you plan out what you're going to eat for the week, you make those meals, you package them, put them in the fridge, boom, you're done. And it's pretty easy. You can do very basic meals. I mean, go to your parents, ask, hey, what can I cook, what's easy, whatever, but definitely just take that time out, make your food, and boom, you're ready. So in the morning, you take your lunch with you. Dinner, it's already ready, and you're not spending all of that extra time during the week cooking different meals. For those of you who, I don't know, you just don't like cooking, you don't like shopping and stuff, I really recommend any of those food programs that send you meals. I personally use HelloFresh, and I absolutely loved it. I only stopped because I'm only working one job this year, so I can't financially afford that. But for people who can't afford it, it is a really good deal. I'm pretty sure also, I'll put down in my description box, they have like coupons where you can try it out for free. That's what I did and I loved it, and I would definitely even say it's worth paying for. So definitely try that out. So there's really no excuse to not meal prepping, not eating well, not eating healthy. You guys can definitely do it. You just have to make it a priority and just set time aside to do it. The next thing I want to talk about is exercise. So I've mentioned this before, not everyone likes to exercise, you know, it's kind of like, it takes a lot of work, going to the gym, I'm not a gym rat, whatever. it's just important to get some sort of movement, physical movement for your body during your week. And it's important that it's habitual and it's not kind of like every now and then, because your body won't get used to it at that point. So whether that's kind of every other day or maybe every 2 days, try and get some sort of physical activity in your routine. I started doing kickboxing. I find that doing exercise classes allow me to get more done without like thinking or putting much effort into it. I used to lift back a couple years ago when I was doing sports, and I mean, I could be in the gym for like 2 hours and I'm doing all this, I'm lifting and stuff. But now I go to a kickboxing class. It's 1 hour and it has like conditioning, kickboxing, defense, all in that 1 hour, and you're working so much and you don't even realize it because you're having fun. So for people who like hate like going to the gym or just like running, or they hate cardio, I really advise trying out some classes, whether it's kickboxing or like Zumba, yoga, any of that stuff. I know at Georgia Tech we do have those classes on campus, and they're pretty affordable. But it's always good to just get that into your regular schedule as well. And the last thing under physical or the physical tab is sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. You know me, I am a huge advocate for sleep, especially going to Georgia Tech. People put sleep is like on the last thing in everyone's priority list, which is horrible, because without sleep you cannot function at your best. Like, that is scientifically proven. We have data, we have facts to back that up. So now I'm going to give some tips on how you can get the 8 hours that you need and make it a priority. I'm in my 4th year at Georgia Tech, and 2 years ago during my sophomore year during the spring, I don't know why, I guess I was just tired of like not sleeping. The first year and a half at Tech, I didn't care about it. I did all my work, socialized, all of my responsibilities and organizations that I was in came way before my sleep. And that drained me, it killed me mentally, physically, all of that. And so I finally decided to really prioritize sleep. And when I did, about like 80 to 90% of the time, I got 8 hours of sleep at a minimum. So 8 hours or more, I was sleeping throughout the night. And when I tell you like the results were a full 180, my GPA went up. I mean, sure, there are other factors for my GPA going up, but I do attribute it to sleeping. Like, I felt better mentally and physically. So I really put a lot of emphasis in sleeping because it's so important. It really helps in other areas of your life. Some things that I do that helped, I set, based on what time I have class in the morning, so usually between 8 and 10 a.m. I usually have a class, I will set like an 8 hour buffer. So if I have class at 8 a.m., I know I need to get up at 7, right? So 8 hours before that is 11 p.m. I need to be asleep by then. You need to be asleep by 11. I should probably be getting ready for bed around 10. You know yourself, you get in bed, you're on your phone for like 30 minutes. So definitely figure out that time point where you need to be asleep, and then create some sort of bedtime routine, when you're gonna get in bed, when you're gonna be home, so you know that you can at least attempt to try and get those 8 hours. Being at school, being in college, we get very busy. Things come up, sometimes we don't prioritize like we should, we're not studying on time like we should. So yeah, there are some nights where you're not getting those 8 hours, but if you make it a priority to be a goal to get 8 hours every night, more often than not, you'll reach that goal and you'll feel a lot better for it. In addition to getting those 8 hours, make sure you're waking up enough on time to get a good, nutritious breakfast in. For people who like to get all their sleep in and they don't want to get up for breakfast, I will put some recipes down below, or some websites that will give some insight into making like meal prepping breakfast meals that you can just pop in the microwave or even put in the oven while you're getting dressed, so you're not actually spending that much time in the kitchen in the morning, but you're getting sleep, you're getting food, and you're getting class on time. It's the perfect combination. Our last topic is how to emotionally prepare yourself for school, as well as for 2020 in general. So something that I've been really kind of focusing on, really wanting to get more into or get deeper into, is manifestations and affirmations, and really like speaking your goals, speaking your dreams into reality. So like when it comes to manifesting your goals, there is true power in the tongue. Like, you have to believe in your words and you have to believe in yourself. You know, you can't just every day you're like, I'm gonna be rich, but you don't believe that you're going to get to where you want to be, whether that's financially, academically, whatever. You have to believe in yourself and then put it out there. So there are just a few things that I've read up on how to, you know, manifest your goals for the new year. One would be visualizing your goals. So you want to be able to see yourself where you want to be. And this is quite literally visualize it. So whether it's in the morning to night before you go to bed, visualize what you want your dreams to be. So when it comes to school, maybe you want that 4.0. Maybe you want to publish an article with your research professor, or you want to make new friends, or simply you want to get those 8 hours of sleep every night. Visualize that happening, and even to go a step further, you could create a vision board. I know a lot of people do this at the beginning of the year to see kind of what they want to see for themselves throughout that year. And by doing that, then you can actually physically see it rather than just in your head. You could put it up in your room, maybe in your mirror in your bathroom, and see that on a daily basis, and it just adds to your affirmations and your manifestations for that year. Another thing is writing your goals down. I know I journal sometimes. A lot of people like to journal. If you're not a journaler, that's okay. Definitely writing them down helps. It goes back into like visualizing it and believing in yourself that you can get to where you want to get to. This is something that I read in one of the articles, but be kind to yourself. I really like that because I feel like a lot of the times we put a lot of people and other people's dreams and goals above us. And we also we're so hard on ourselves, like whether it's critiquing ourselves or like just not giving yourself what you need, and whatever that is, whether that's like mental space or even physical space. We have to be kind to ourselves and be positive inside and on the outside. Next would be affirmations. So you may have heard this word or not, but positive affirmations is simply like positive sayings. You know, in your head, you might fail a test and you're like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. But don't say a negative thing. Rather, you want to affirm something better, like I'm going to study and I will get XYZ on this next exam, etc., whatever that is. So making positive affirmations for yourself habitually. So not just when things go bad, but like make it a habit so that you are creating a positive environment around you. And lastly, something that I read that I thought was very important, it's like you know about it, but I never really thought of it myself when it comes to manifestations, but be patient. We can't just expect things to go our way like automatically just because if you're religious, you prayed for it, or because you've been hoping for it or talking to the universe. You have to be patient because everyone's journey is different, everyone's timing is different, and you will get there. You'll get there. If it's not meant to be for you, it's not meant to be, but if it is, you'll get there. You're going to attain all of your dreams and all of your goals that you're striving for. You just have to be patient. Don't get upset when those things happen. Remain positive, optimistic, and yeah. Excuse me. Goodness, I have this horrible cold. It's the worst. You can probably tell my voice. Yeah, my voice is like this. But yeah, those are all of my tips and just like my advice to going into this new year, into this new school year with positivity and an open outlook on the world and just your life. I really hope this helps at least one person out there, and I hope you guys kind of just take this and share it with your friends and your family as well. A lot of it applies to you even if you're not in school. I'd love to hear kind of what you guys are hoping to accomplish this year, so comment your dreams, your goals, manifestations, all that in the comment box below. Feel free to message out or ask me any questions that you need. But yeah, I hope you guys have had a great Monday and you'll have a great rest of the week. For those of you that are not even in school yet, you're so lucky. Use this time to prepare even earlier before the rest of us, and just have a wonderful year. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.